What makes Supercross so exciting and challenging are the big jumps, technical rhythm sections, and of course, the dreaded whoops. In order to race on these tricky tracks, some adjustments need to be made to the bike's suspension.
The primary function of Supercross suspension is to absorb all the obstacles, keeping it stiff enough to do all those obstacles, but yet it has to be soft to settle into a corner and corner well and have good traction for the starts. Basically, suspension consists of the shock and forks. And when we talk about travel, we're talking about the distance that this inner tube can travel up inside this outer tube. So when a rider hits a jump or applies the brake to the front of the motorcycle, the fork compresses like that. And that's how the front of the bike works. The same thing will happen at the rear of the motorcycle. When a rider hits a jump, this shock will compress in this area when he hits a jump, and then when he gets in the air, it will extend back out to its natural position. The rider might come off the track and tell the suspension technician that the front feels a little soft. He might reference it like he's coming into a corner, grabbing a handful of front brake, and he feels the front dive down too much. In that circumstance, we are able to adjust the compression on the front fork. The rider comes off the track and says, exiting the corner, when he applies some throttle, the rear of the bike sinks down a little too much. We can make an adjustment with the rear of the shock, compression damping, make it a little bit stiffer. When he hits the face of a jump, he feels it compress too much. He might also actually feel his feet scrape the ground. We can stiffen up the shock and the forks to make the overall bike a little stiffer. The biggest difference you're gonna see on the Supercross suspension is a lot of the coatings and colors are gonna be different. Coatings are designed to let the suspension move a little freer and absorb some of the smaller bumps. So those coatings are designed to make everything a little bit smoother because they have to make it stiff to do all the obstacles on the track.